So I just got out of Goodwill, and it might surprise you to know that I got a bag of superheroes. A random grab bag of superheroes. You can see there's Batman. Random group of superheroes there from our local Goodwill. It's all I could find. There were a bunch of nervy people in there. Hey everybody, welcome back. As you see, I got a random bag of superheroes, and we're going to go through that in just a minute. But first, I'd like to talk about a problem that I have between Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Yes, it's a huge controversy. Here's what it was like to talk to my dad on Skype. No, you guys seeing a big blank white space? Everybody here. Coins in a fan. I want to get back to the superheroes, but first, a little die cast. I think that Matchbox, being a more reality-based cars, they do the detail on them more often than Hot Wheels do with their licensed cars. We'll start out with this Camaro, and they did a fine job on it, right? But when I take, here's what really bugs me when I start taking a look at these cars up close. The front end, though it looks good, it is simply molded. If you go to the picture card here really quick and you look at the front ends, and the grille is detailed in there, okay? You do have the vents are in there, but it is all a uniform orange. The lights, that's kind of what I'm missing here. And what I don't understand is that Mattel owns both companies, so they're going to give you that kind of back end detail with the Hot Wheels. Now I'm going to show you the recent 2019 Mustang done by Matchbox. Starting out, let's take the side look. It's fantastic. The mold is excellent. The casting, whatever you want to say. And you've got, you know, standout details like the handle and, you know, all the other aerodynamics and the body cuts and etc. on the sides. But when you start taking a look at the front ends, that's where the Matchbox starts to pull away. Let's take a look at the front end. Do you see the decal work? You've got the same grille, you've got the same molding, but look at the difference between the front ends. Look at the fact that there are lights painted into that. Worlds of difference. You've even got a little Mustang on the plate. I just feel like that's a significant difference in a licensed car. Another one of the ones that I chose as an example here was the BMW, okay? Sharp looking car on the card. And then you get to the front end. Now, again, you know, they did a fantastic job with the casting of the body. I have no problem with that. It's got all of the vents. It's got all of the, you know, and if you're looking at it in relief, it's all there. Yeah, it's an accurate back end sculpting, okay? But, and I love the profile of the car. I think it's a sharp looking car. I even think that the wheels are kind of sharp looking on the sides of it. But when you're looking at the front end, there's a tremendous amount of detail that they just sort of assume your mind is going to write in. Yeah, they got a little bit of the BMW badge on there. The details are there. The grille is there. The lights are there, but it's not painted in. Take it against the other car that I picked up, this MG, 1970 MG. They have painted the lights and the grill work, or the undercarriage grill work, then sets it apart from the body, of course, too. You know, when you're comparing, say, the back end detail in what ought to be there, you're seeing two cars that cost the exact same thing at most retailers. So why is there such an attention to detail in one and such a lack of attention on the other? It's really weird to me why certain cars, and at one point I thought perhaps it's just certain car makers are going to demand that certain amounts of detail be either left or taken out of each casting for some odd reason. One BMW will be done, one Mercedes will not. You know, it's so strange. Anyway, if you've got any sort of input on this, please comment below. I'm gonna have to go through my box and see if any of, if I do actually have any of the Mustangs outside of the Joey Logano. I do have a Joey Logano. It's funny, when I was out looking for one, that's when I couldn't find it. So there you go. I mean, whenever you see something that you like, you gotta pick it up because it's gonna be gone tomorrow. So here's what was in the $8 bag of action figures. We have two Super Friends Batman posable figures. They're both kind of malleable. They're not really articulated at all. They're just made out of pliable, bendable rubber with, you know, some wire in there. Pardon my bulldog snoring. Jay. Okay, this is a part of my life. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret of my life. This is what it's like to have a bulldog who loves you, which I feel very fortunate about. Anyway, okay, so the two Batmans, we have a Carnage that is well articulated but really well loved. There may be, he may all be here, but the joints are all super loose on this guy, which I'm gonna have to look up how to maybe correct some of that. Got a, this is a Spider-Man 2, maybe, version of the Green Goblin. This is the Tobey Maguire Green Goblin. He is missing his ride, of course, but his face is fierce, so I'm going to stand him somewhere because I like the Green Goblin a lot. So I don't really care. Got this sort of decorative spring-loaded Batman. The wings shoot out, and he's in a fairly formidable pose. I kind of like it. I wonder what it would look to use it as a shadow, as a relief, you know, like you can kind of see if I put a light behind it and then shine that up on the wall. You see what I'm talking about? Anyway, this is the kind of interesting things I think of for $8. If I don't, if somebody doesn't want to buy it in our secondary shop, then I will probably set him up doing something like that, you know, on the wall. You'll see Batman occasionally. Got some sort of tactical Spider-Man. I really don't know what this character is. This is a Spider-Man who rides a motorcycle or something, so I would assume. So he's kind of worthless, but I'll tell you what, I can put him on my wall, like, or hanging from a window, you know, and that'll work, you know. And then, like, I think really the cream of the crop here is this Lex Luthor in the power suit. I think that this is probably every bit worth the $8 that I paid for the entire bag. So, and yes, again, I'm gonna clean him up, and I'm probably gonna put this up for resale because, as everybody knows, I do not like Superman. But I do, I guess, like Lex Luthor, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But this is a really neat figure. The articulation's great. I love the boots. The feet are awesome. And so if I don't get rid of him, he will gladly join my shelf. This right here, worth every bit of what I paid. But I will see if I can recoup some expenses with a few of these things. But anyway, there's the fun there. And there you have it. Basically, you know, a little superheroes this time, a little bit of die-cast mystery. I would like to point out, by the way, that not every Matchbox car front end and back end is completely perfectly detailed, and not every Hot Wheels ignores the detail. Again, and there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it, to my mind anyway. I'm sure if I Googled it. But I don't like to Google things. I like to learn things from other people. Which explains why I'm an American ignorant. Anyway, thanks a lot for sticking around. Come on back again. We'll have some fun. I can't believe I'm gonna buy a phone holder in 2021. So of course, now that I'm not looking for one, I can't, now that I'm actually looking for
a Ford Mustang,
a bunch, I can't find any of them. Found them stacked up before though.